Good evening and welcome to this special broadcast on the Bihar Assembly election results on Deccan Herald. After weeks of high decibel campaigning, crisscrossing rallies, shifting alliances, and an election that kept both Patna and Delhi on edge, the people of Bihar have spoken loudly, clearly, and decisively. Tonight, we break down the big picture: who gained, who lost, which issue shaped this verdict, and what this mandate tells us about Bihar's political future. From caste equations and welfare politics to leadership battles and voter sentiment on development, we will decode every layer of this election. We'll look closely at how the NDA managed its performance, what the numbers mean for the opposition, the regions that swung, the surprises that emerged, and the trends that could redefine the state's politics over the next 5 years. Whether you are watching for the alliances, the arithmetic, or the shifting mood of the electorate, this is the place for deep, sharp, ground connected analysis. We have with us Sumit Pandey, National Bureau Chief of Deccan Herald, political analyst Dr. Shivesh Pratap, JSP spokesperson of Sonali Anand, and we have with us Kuntal Krishna, BJP spokesperson. We'll begin with Kuntal Krishna जी. कृष्णा जी, सबसे पहले आपको बहुत बहुत बधाई हो, आपका स्वागत है डेक्कन हेरल्ड पर. और
थैंक यू सो मच आशीष जी.
बहुत कुंतल जी, आप हमें ये बताइए कि सबसे पहले आपको क्या लगता है कि आपके इस भारी जीत का क्या कारण रहा?
See, the massive victory which you see today, ये एक दिन की बात नहीं है. The whole process started a decade ago. जब डबल इंजन की सरकार, what we call डबल इंजन की सरकार, when PM Modi came to power in 2014 and our government was here in Bihar, we started transforming Bihar. उस समय तक बिहार में काफी कुछ हम कर चुके थे, but Bihar was not on that edge of development. 2014 के पहले the people who were in center, Congress led by Manmohan Singh ji, they only gave 2.5 lakh crores to Bihar in 10 years. Briefly in 9 years when NDA was in Bihar and UPA was in center. But when Narendra Modi ji came to power, when BJP came to power in these 11 years, center gave around 18 lakh crores to develop Bihar in different, schemes. आज हम कहते हैं कि we have got a big band of 1.4 crore people in the form of Jivika Didis. It is a SHG which has transformed the life of women in Bihar. Women was our priority because it was women folk who suffered most during those days of Jungle Raj. Before we came to power, Lalu Prashant Yadav and his family were ruling, and it was women who suffered most. So women folk were our priority. And what we did, we tried and we in fact delivered. हमने women को empower किया हर तरीके से, whether it be socially or it be economically or it be politically. और आज वो result दिख रहे हैं ना. Now Bihar, now no one talks about basic infrastructure in Bihar. अब बिहार आओ, you will not talk about roads, you will not talk about electricity because road और electricity तो हर गांव तक पहुंची हुई है. Now what you talk about or what anyone talks about कि भाई अब industrialization होना चाहिए, अब job opportunities ज़्यादा create होनी चाहिए. So that is what we are planning and that is what we ask people of Bihar to do. Is आप please vote for us looking at 20 years of our performance and give us 5 more years so that we can create opportunities for Bihar, for youth of Bihar. We plan to create 1 crore job and opportunities for youth of Bihar. We plan to set up 1 factory. Yes, बताइए.
कुंतल जी, आप बात कर रहे हैं इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन की, आप बात कर रहे हैं कि आप बिजली और सड़क की बात होती है बिहार में. Now during the election process, I also traveled in Bihar. Sumit also traveled in Bihar. My colleague Satish has joined us. He also traveled in Bihar. But more or less on ground, people still say that ये 20 साल में सड़क अच्छा हो गया है, बिजली आ गई है. इसके ऊपर बात अभी ग्राउंड लेवल पर हो नहीं रही है इस मुद्दे पर कोई भी. तो ये इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन जो है, मैं कई ऐसी जगह जानता हूं जहां पर कि जो मिल चल रही थी या फैक्ट्रीज चल रही थी, those have shut down. Is there any roadmap that BJP has or the NDA has that industries will come back to Bihar and investments will happen and Biharis don't have to migrate to other states for jobs?
Definitely, Ashish ji. A question which needed an answer. आप कह रहे हैं कि whether we have any roadmap. Let me tell you, Bihar is one of the few states in India where reverse migration has started. Reverse migration. We have got successful models like Chanpatia model. In 2005, the average percentage of Bihari migrating to other states was around 18%. Today, we stand at only 2% of migration. And in fact, reverse migration has started. आप कह रहे हो कि इंडस्ट्री नहीं है, इकलौता जी ने 40,000 करोड़ का प्राइवेट इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है बिहार में। मरहौड़ा में जनरल इलेक्ट्रिकल जो जॉइंट वेंचर में जो उन्होंने रेलवे लोको इंजन बनाने शुरू किए हैं, लोको इंजन फ्रॉम बिहार इज ड्राइविंग द रेलवे नेटवर्क इन अफ्रीका। Pepsi, Coke, Ambani, you name anyone, everyone has started their presence felt in Bihar. They have started coming to the Bihar. आप किसी की बात करें साहब, देखिए मैं बार बार क्यों कहता हूं कि इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, रूल ऑफ लॉ, ये सारी चीजें जरूरत थी जो हमने बनाया। 20 साल लग गए साहब, क्योंकि बिहार वॉज इन डिवास्टेटिंग फॉर्म। जो बिहार हमें मिला था ना, वो तो बर्बाद बिहार था, कुछ नहीं था। शाम 5 बजे के बाद आप घर से बाहर नहीं जा सकते थे। 100 किलोमीटर ट्रेवल करने के लिए इट यूज्ड टू टेक अराउंड 6, 7, 8 आवर्स। वो बिहार हमें मिला था। वो बिहार हमें मिला था जहां पे कि घर की वुमेन फॉक बाहर नहीं निकलती थी, बिकॉज शी यूज्ड टू फेयर। साहब उस बिहार को हम यहां तक लेकर के आए हैं। अब यहाँ पॉलिटिकल स्टेबिलिटी है, अब यहाँ पे रूल ऑफ लॉ है, अब यहाँ पे वो सारा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है विच इज बेसिक नीड फॉर इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन। साथ में अब हमारे पास हमारे इन्वेस्टर्स का वो कॉन्फिडेंस भी है। लेट मी टेल यू, आज के दिन में जब हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं
अपने कलीग्स, आई वुड लाइक टू आस्क माय कलीग्स इफ दे हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस फॉर यू सिंस यू हैव पॉजिटिव टाइम। सुमित, आपको कुछ पूछना है कुंतल जी से, या सतीश जी आपको कुछ पूछना हो?
Yes, Krishna ji, I wanted to ask you because you were saying that you have developed Bihar so much, but I was in Bihar for 10, 15 days, and during campaigning, right from the Prime Minister to all BJP leaders, you were hardly talking about things which you did, but your campaign was centered around Jungle Raj. There was this fear of politics which I saw on the ground that you were doing. So you think that this actually helped you, like creating this fear among the voters कि लालू जी या उनके बच्चे आएंगे तो वापस से वो जंगल राज आएगा, despite you claiming that so much development happened during NDA?
Satish ji, what we performed is visible to every Bihari every day. सड़क बनी है, सब देख रहे हैं। हॉस्पिटल है, सब देख रहे हैं। बिजली 24 घंटे है, सब देख रहे हैं। But why we were reiterating कि साहब जंगल राज ऐसा था? Because जंगल राज is a black chapter in it. It's a fact of every Bihari. It is a fact which every Bihari जो 30 साल से ऊपर है, everyone felt that जंगल राज, सतीश जी। और दूसरी बात, हमने जो मेहनत की ना, सब पॉजिटिव पे आ जाते अगर वो जंगल राज वापस आ जाते। बड़ी मेहनत की है हमने बिहार को बनाने में। आज इस बिहार में आप आकर के 300 किलोमीटर 5 घंटे में घूम ले रहे हैं ना, उस बिहार को, और बिना रोक टोक के। When you are saying that you traveled across Bihar, please let me know, कहीं पे आपको कोई डर लगा ये बिहार में रात को मैं 2 बजे घूम रहा हूं कहीं, whether I am safe or not? Now this question is over. बट इस पोजीशन में लाने में हमें बड़ी मेहनत करनी पड़ी है, बिहेवियरल चेंज करना पड़ा है। और अगर जंगल राज वापस आ जाता, अगर लालू की फैमिली वापस आ जाती, अगर उनका फिर से वही फैमिली रूल वापस आ जाता, तो सब खत्म हो जाता। इसीलिए हमने स्पेशली यूथ वोटर्स को ये याद दिलाया कि सी, आप जो देख रहे हैं ना, उसको बनाने में बड़ी मेहनत लगी है। अभी बेस तैयार हुआ है, गिव अस सम मोर टाइम। आप जिस बिहार की कल्पना करते हैं, द बिहार विच यू थिंक दैट इट शुड बी, बिहार विच इज सफिशिएंट इन जॉब्स, वो सब बनेगा। गिव अस 5 more years। क्योंकि 20 साल हमें लग गए, बहुत दिक्कत थी, बहुत ज्यादा दिक्कत थी। आप सोचे कि मेंटालिटी क्या थी कि 5 बजे के बाद कोई निकलता नहीं था। इसलिए नहीं निकलता था बिकॉज द फैमिली यूज्ड टू फेयर ऑफ देयर लाइफ। भैया कोई बाहर निकला और
कुंतल जी, बहुत बहुत आपने मेंशन किया, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आप हमसे हमारे साथ जुड़े, हम समझ सकते हैं आपको समय की बहुत अभी समय कमी है आपके पास। आपने मेंशन किया चनपटिया मॉडल, आप सरप्राइज हो जाएंगे कि डेक्कन हेरल्ड ने इस पे एक वीडियो रिपोर्ट किया है, पूरा एक रिपोर्ट फाइल की है। आप जाके जरूर देखिए, उसमें कुछ और सच्चाई भी मिलेगी। एंड थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग अस। आपको फिर से बधाई हो एक बार।
थैंक यू आशीष जी, और मैं फिर कभी आपको ज्वाइन करना चाहूंगा विद फुल ऑफ माय टाइम। थैंक यू सो मच। Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much. Let's go to now Sumit. Sumit, now that we have all the numbers in front of us and we can exactly now see what the people have said in their verdict, in their actually on November 6th and November 11th, what was their view of all the politicians, and they have spoken and spoken loudly. अब आप मुझे ये बताइए सुमित, that what is your analysis of the final numbers, that what worked for NDA, what didn't work for RJD, and where does Jansuraj party stands in all this?
Well, if we talk in terms of the larger context of the social political changes in Bihar over the last 4 or 5 decades, then this election in some ways puts a lid on or also exposes, I would say, the limitations of majoritarian mandal politics in the state, where the me factor, that is Mahila and EBC together, they sort of overwhelm even Lalu Yadav's MY combination. If one were to talk only in terms of caste politics, if we were to see it like that. But I think it's more than that. It has got layers to it, as every election has. But in the end, for the electorate, every election I feel boils down to one or two couple of important points. As I've been saying, in every election, people are looking for a change. Always, people want to better their lives, and it is an opportunity for them to seek a change. The question always is whether the change which is being offered or the alternative which is being offered is better than what already exists, the current scheme of things. In this particular elections, despite 20 years of Nitish Kumar, uh, people did not find that alternative in RJD and Tejashwi Yadav very clearly. The opposition campaign was all over the place. It wasn't very clear what they stood for. Vis-a-vis that, the NDA was very clear and focused that they wanted to make this election of Nitish versus Lalu. When you bring in Lalu and you bring in Lalu Raj, then you reiterate and underscore the 15 years of the RJD rule, or earlier Janata Dal rule, and what was Bihar. And I think to a great extent, they were able to convince the people that this is the choice which is available to you. Now you decide whether you want to, what is already existing, the things that have happened in the last 15, 20 years, or you want to go back to that earlier rule. I think that to a greater extent is also reflected in the numbers, because if you see the opposition numbers are around 33 to 35% in Bihar. If you see Yadav Muslim population, it's approximately that, add to that miscellaneous vote. So it appears that the alliance was not able to add anything more to it than the core votes, whereas BJP could present itself ND as a larger social coalition which had a larger catchment area, and this time around, there seems to be a seamless transfer of votes from one community to the other, which were part of the larger umbrella which the NDA was able to build. And that, which is why we see that even smaller parties in the alliance, their strike rate is phenomenally high.
Sonali ji, we welcome you on this special broadcast for Deccan Herald.
Thank you.
So first of all, I would like to seek your opinion on what happened today and what is your reading of the results today. Then I will go to Shivesh ji.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for having me here. The first thing I would say, the results which have come out after counting, that is definitely not very good for us, and we are not happy with this. But yes, if you judge our success from the party perspective, then you can say that we are not able to make it. But if you look at Jansuraj from the perspective of Sangathan or organization that works with the cadre, then you will find it very strong organization, because still we have very strong cadre base who are associated with us passionately, and they'll still be the part of us for next for many coming years. So we look this in this way, and we are whatever we have gained in this whole process, we will start from scratch again, and we will work hard with we'll work again hard. And the one more thing which is need to be mentioned here, that whatever we have been talking about voters turnout, which has been very high in this whole process. So I would say we definitely find our role in this, because when we started our Padyatra 3 years ago, we were visiting every village. We traveled around nearly 5,000 villages, and by road we traveled around 10,000 kilometers, and we visited door to door. And in that process, we made voter realize the power of their votes, and we aware them that casting vote, how important is that for any democracy. So we definitely find our role in this, that we made appeal to the people, and we were able to convince them that they should cast their vote. They may cast vote for any party which they find association with, that is not the thing, but we were able to make them realize that vote is very important. So we find our victory in this. And secondly, as I said, as an organization, we are very strong. We're still very strong, and this is our second victory. And one more thing which we must understand, and I must say at this platform, that if election would have been fought by every contestant on a fair field, then results would have been totally different. I'm saying this because the schemes or the announcement which were made by the incumbent government in last 2 3 months before election, that had played major role in influencing the voters. Be it Mahila Rozgar Yojana, which has given 10,000 rupees to every woman in the rural landscape, which if you calculate cumulative figure, that comes to be around 30,000 crores. So that's not a very small amount, that's a major amount which has been given for free to the village women. At the same time, government doubled the salary of all the cadres that are working on the ground, which has been pending for years, and they has been protesting, like cadres have been protesting for that, to increase their pay scale, to increase their salaries, but it was never acknowledged. But now before elections, they increase the salary of every cadre that is working on the on the ground, and in return they wanted their support in their elections. So that's what we have seen, and that's why we are saying the election, this election, every party has not contested on the fair field. And that's what, if it would have been that way, results would have been totally different, whatever we are seeing right now. So that is the Jansuraj is the point that Jansuraj is making right now.
Dr. Pratap, as you just heard Dr. Sonali Anand, that she's saying that the elections were not contested on the fair ground and it was not a level playing field. Do you agree that it's only that thing that has worked in the favor of this NDA, or the good governance image of Nitish Kumar is too huge for any alliance or any leader to break that?
So, Ashish, in my observation, Bihar is a complex state and have a very high political political quotient. So, if I analyze it, so I think that there are 5 reasons, 4 5 reasons are there because of this landslide victory for NDA. Actually, they were able to back it. So, and I believe that the first reason of it is no doubt about it that a strong leadership, the government reputation in center for the Narendra Modi government and in state Nitish Kumar government, and then there is a brand stability also matters because if you see down the line 10 years the continuity of the government both the places and how efficiently and effectively they promoted this double engine sarkar, and how in a proper sync up all the state all the center related projects efficiently with precision they deployed at a district level also, and they were monitored, and it was synced with the state also. So JDU in Bihar and BJP in center, actually that bond, effective strong leadership create one miracle. The second is that only this kind of thing will not work in Bihar because Bihar have a huge the diversity. So I believe that the second one is that the effective coalition and cost based arithmetics they synced up, because that the cost based politics and how Yadav, Kurmis, Kushwaha, EBC, Mahadalit, Muslim, and then upper caste. So how efficiently NDA people sync up seamlessly, they made everyone satisfied. That is also a beauty, and that actually result in a very seamless and leak proof result, which actually we are discussing today. And then I believe that the third one is not only the development which was discussed earlier by the BJP spokesperson, but I believe that the efficient sync up of the development and welfare also, this which was discussed by Sonali. So that, the beautifully how they synced up the development to attract the people in the cities and the educated class, and then the welfare for the rural people also. So the very beautifully they designed their plans and programs, and by that way this welfare and development work together. Then if I comes on a fourth point, that voter turnaround. So generally, if you see the complete after the independence, if you see the voter turnaround, every time if voter turnaround increase, it always bring a change. But this time in Bihar, actually, it actually failed the whole previous ideas and thoughts, the perception people made. And why so? This NDA actually beautifully they targeted to bring that whole, the increased voter turnaround into their favor. And for that, they tapped the female and youth. Female, if we ask female, then it means that 50% of the demography, and which was discussed that, there were certain policies, then the welfare programs, and that was actually stimulated the female voters to bring them on the polling booth. And then fifth one, that I believe that, the very weak opposition is also a, reason of the landslide victory. Because if you see one side, there are people like, the Sushasan Babu, and then in center the Narendra Modi, and how they fully involve the complete machinery of the NDA in a very efficient, accurate and precise manner. And then on the other side, if you see what kind of the people were there, Tejashwi and then Rahul Gandhi. And if you understand and analyze it, in Lalu Yadav also, only the legacy of Lalu Yadav, if Tejaswi think about it, that he will continue and he can, return back on the chair of the CM. But if you see Lalu Yadav also, initially when he started his career, he was the, he was the leader of the backward class. Then later it was diluted into only the, the leader of the Yadavs, and then only the leader of Yadav in JD, in his party. So because of that in JD, because of that, if you see what kind of, the legacy Tejaswi actually hold, and then again Tejaswi don't have any of his own, the work or the experience on the ground, nothing. So he is backed by the, the people who have just, support them from the background, and he don't have that kind of, the power. And aside to this, then the Congress. So for Congress also, then you know the reason that how Congress is weak in Bihar. So I believe that if we combine all these five things,
so Dr. Saab,
maybe
I'll go to my colleague Satish ji now. Satish, me and you and among all other colleagues, we also traveled to Bihar, and we also saw what Dr. Pratap is saying, how beautiful it looks at times, and how
So I
not
have
so
a question.
it looks. Yeah.
I
I'm just coming to you on that only. So you please, actually, you heard all the guests over here, and so
I
first
can
of all,
add few more points. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
First of
So
all, first of all,
let me
your
ask a question.
understanding of how beautiful it is, and what you saw on ground, and what is the result, what are the numbers today, and then you have anything for Mr. Pratap.
Yeah, so first let me ask a question to Mr. Pratap. I just want to understand. You said that NDA and BJP, JDU, combined, they played beautifully. So I also assume that you are saying that giving handouts like 10,000, to women barely days before the polls. Do you think that it was beautiful, or it was little unethical for, in a democratic setup, that you are doing it right at the time when the state is going, to polls?
So Satish, when I was discussing about the whole package of the election, rather only pointing out the one thing that maybe
Okay.
yes, you are actually said, but yes, if you designed it in that way that it went into the thing, and I believe in the judiciary also. If there will be any person who have this kind of issue about it, they can go into the judiciary also about it to further do a criticism or anything into it. But aside to this, rather only making any single point or any single action the whole, you can say the give the complete the responsibility for that thing, for the success or the failure, that is not the reasonably justified fact. Yeah.
No, I'm just asking. I'm just trying to understand because
Yeah,
see,
so from my side, yes, definitely, it may be a tool for the people who are there into the power, and maybe they thought to get the maximum benefit of these kind of things for their votes also. And in politics, if there is any the disagreement about it, there are the other paths also to go and for the further scrutiny about it.
I just trying to understand whether it was ethical that you do something like this right before election, and also you know you you are campaigning around development, and then also bringing this jungle raj that happened in the 90s, the so-called jungle raj that happened in the 90s, because there so what happened in 90s are not limited to the jungle raj per se, but also a lot of good things happened during Lalu's time, because as you said initially, that Bihar is a very complex state, and whatever we are seeing today is a very simplistic answer that um, earlier there were no roads and electricity. Of course, those were facts, but also there is much more than that, right? When it comes to social justice, for which Lalu Prasad Yadav will be known in the history. So, and what Anand was saying, that you created these kind of you use these tools, agencies to actually uh, win election. So it wasn't fair that on that point. That's what I was like trying to. That's the point I was trying to
So,
make.
Satish ji, frankly speaking, as you said that that Lalu time. I mean, I don't know how you make that perception that there was something good also. But when we went into the society and the at a policy level also, we should think about the net outcome of that goodness. So if you calculate it, I understand that from the social justice and all, maybe you can bring 4, 5, 10 samples of it, and you can say that okay, this is the social justice. But you have to analyze it with the occurrences of the wrong deeds also, and then that total net outcome that should go into the goodness. So no government can say that there will be no crime, there will be no injustice, not like that. But yes, it is about the majoritarianism. So from that perspective, and what impression Bihar carried at that time, that should also you should understand about it. And the same Bihar people gave opportunity to Lalu Yadav also, and now they are giving opportunity to Nitish Kumar. And I strongly believe that we don't believe that 100% precision or accuracy should exist there. I understand that there are certain the bridge collapse also happened in Nitish Raj also, but overall the impression created, and overall people have been feeling that after 15 years also they still have something to get from the NDA government, and because of that this clear mandate is giving to this NDA government.
So
Yes.
Sonali ji,
Yes, please go ahead.
yeah,
Yes.
Sonali. So I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
There are two questions, please. So, do you think that Jansuraj party went wrong in its messaging? Why I am saying this, because you must know that you must be knowing that your leader started his very I think first Padayatra from the Gandhi Ashram in Bhitiarwa in
Yes.
Champaran district, right? And
Yes.
I went there, and I spoke to a few people over there, and they were like, and I asked about Jansuraj and Prashant Kishor to them. They of course know who is Prashant Kishor. They of course know what is his political outfit, but they also said that they just don't know about the candidate, and they some of them didn't even know the your party symbol. First question is that. Second question is this: Do you think that very bold statements that he was making during the election campaign, like "I will quit politics if Nitish Kumar wins more than certain seats," and I will be either I will be in the government or I'll be nothing. So that kind of statement. Do you think that these statements went well with the people, or and also you guys went somewhere wrong in your messaging, that in your voter outreach campaign, that you just could not create enough noise on ground?
I would start with the last one. Like as you said, we will be either on the throne or we will be on the floor. So that's what we happened. We are on the floor now. We did not win any seats. So that statement was actually a correct statement, and that has come true. That has come true. So there's nothing more to comment on this. But as I said, as a organization, we are working. We are very strong, which we believe, and you can also find there are many supporters which who are still with us even despite of our defeat. And second thing, we I think you talked about. Prashant Kishor made statement that he will leave politics if Nitish Kumar wins more than 25 seats, I guess. So he made this statement when this incentive program or free cash distribution program was not launched. So you can, as I said, because this was a total game changer and everyone's not acknowledged that. You, every media, everybody in the ground, on everybody from the pan India acknowledged that this has been the master stroke from the NDA government because they have the power, they have the setup, they can use, and they have capitalized on that setup. So if you go into details, you will also find that they have diverted funds from different departments and they have distributed cash to the voters or to the beneficiaries of the self-help groups. And in addition to that, they have also made the promise that some of them, not all of them, some of them or many of them will receive 2 lakh rupees, which we are going to see how many of them will receive 2 lakh rupees in future. So this was the most influencing move of the incumbent government, which made the game totally changed. And as I said earlier, I'm saying again now that this made every party um, not contesting on the from same level field. This was they played from the or you can say upper hand. So this was the benefit. So if you made if any party conducts any do anything wrong, or if they do misconduct, why would Jansuraj would suffer? Why would I suffer? Why would Prashant Kishor would suffer? And why would any Bihari suffer if we are giving them one more opportunity as a one more option? So if you are not going by ethics, we are not only bound to go by our words. We will do what? Definitely, because if I'm not making any wrong statement, my conditions will be applicable only when if you are fair. If you are not fair, I'm not bound to my words. I will play on my conditions, on my criterias, and whatever is correct for me and whatever is correct for Biharis.
So
And
you were
last,
saying that you are saying that the statements made by Prashant Kishore are valid under certain terms and conditions.
yes, definitely. If because आप एक लेवल पे ही सबके लिए it's not matter to laugh and it's not a matter to smile. We need to understand we have to be ethical. You cannot expect only single person to be ethical in the whole process. Everyone has to be ethical. So and we did not do anything wrong in the whole process. Only we said that we will quit politics. Prashant Kishore will quit politics if his prediction will not come true. But predictions has gone wrong. That doesn't compel him to quit from the politics. That's what
So,
I'm making the
Sonaliji,
point. Yes.
yes,
Satish, want to say
we
something?
got yes, we got your point. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. One is that what happened to Prashant Kishore when he decided that he won't contest election? Because see, somewhere down the line, you are a new political party, a newbie in political landscape, and your supreme leader is saying that you won't contest, sends a wrong signal to that to the voters. Can
Mhm.
you tell
Yes,
us
yes,
why he
definitely.
chose?
I will
Please
just quote
don't.
and unquote. Yes, yes, I will just quote and unquote the words given by Prashant Kishore. He said that every, and we believe that all 238 candidates who fought election in fought election have used the face value of the Prashant Kishore. They have contested election on the face value of Prashant Kishore. So nobody knows. anyone else other than the Prashant Kishor if you talk about Jansuraj on a national level or on a state level. Local candidates are known in their field, but if you talk about on a state level, we know the
See,
Prashant Kishor. That is his face value.
I'm
And
sorry
second thing,
to
mhm.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry to interrupt. We have heard what the logic that Prashant Kishore himself gave, but I'm trying
Yes,
to
that is I'm coming to.
understand.
Mhm.
Yes, yes. Please go ahead.
Okay, if you want to say, then I will
So
respond to
no,
it.
my point was Sonali, that he knows how political messaging is so important. Someone like Prashant Kishore, uh, not he should have contested against Tejashwi Yadav, or let's say any uh, heavyweight of BJP or JDU, but he remained in the shadow, saying that he won't be able to campaign for over 200 odd uh,
Yes.
candidates. So you think that it actually backfired? He should have contested it.
No,
What
I
is your
don't think
opinion?
so because that could if that would have been the reason, then we would have secured even a single seat or some any seat out of a total number. But I don't think that is only the reason. But the point he made, that is totally a logical point, because he's only the star promoter of our Jansuraj, and he did campaign for every candidate he supported. So in one day he made 12 road shows, 15 road shows, 15 rallies, and that's why he was able to cover, or he was able to campaign for each and every candidate who was fighting election in this period. So he said, if I would go for my election campaign, I had to compromise 4 days. It means that I would not be able to advertise, or I would not be able to campaign for around 48 candidates. So that will make a huge impact. So it's better that I don't contest election, and that is not his own decision. That decision was taken by the committee, because we had a core committee that constitutes
But
around.
do you think, Sonali, it was the right decision?
Yes, I think yes, Bill.
Okay.
Definitely, it was the right decision, because the way he was present in the field, the way he was present in the road shows or in the sabhas, which was organized by Jansuraj, that made people to come to the sabha and make them all listen to them. So that made a huge impact. Result could be anything, because we cannot predict anything, but the immediate outcome of the his presence was that we saw the huge crowd, and people came to see Prashant Kishore. People came to listen to him, and that what we saw in every platform, whether it's media or
But
it's
it
on
didn't.
anything.
But
Mhm.
it didn't translate into votes.
You can say that. Yes, definitely. Crowd did not convert into votes. Definitely, it's true, because if it would have been, we would have secured some of the seats. But that is correct to say.
Dr. Pratap, I'll come to you for the one last time. Uh, what do you think, that will there be any kind of confusion on the CM chair, or it's settled? As the observer, as the political observer, what do you think?
No, so there will not be any, the dilemma or confusion about the CM chair, because I just want to bring you back, in general elections in 2024, when Nitish Kumar said that I'm giving confirmation to Modi ji that अगले 5 साल बिना बाधा के आप सरकार चलाइए, कोई बाधा नहीं आने देंगे. So by this, he is carrying that kind of confidence, and the NDA is also very clear about this kind of confidence, that if center is, because the Nitish Kumar and Narendra Modi's relation is not only in Bihar, it is into the center also, and in center Nitish Kumar is very important for Narendra Modi. So if there will be in the mind also, that will not reflect into action, and because of that, Narendra Modi ji always confirmed in every rally that we are fighting this election under the CM chair of Nitish Kumar ji. So there will not be anything. If there will be, like, all the NDA people will discuss something, and they can think about a new face, and maybe Nitish Kumar will have any better option in NDA. That will be. But yes, the key decision maker will be Nitish Kumar and Narendra
So,
Modi.
Dr. Shivesh, I wanted to ask you, do you think this is the compulsion or majburi of BJP to, keep Nitish Kumar in the loop and continue him
No,
as
so in
chief
politics,
minister?
In politics, there is not like any majburi or compulsion, but it is a mutual understanding for a mutual good. So for that mutual good, Nitish Kumar and party and Narendra Modi and party both understand that this coalition and this NDA bonding actually, will make the complete path smooth in center and Bihar. And because of that, they will have a proper understanding of it. And as I told you that if there will be anything like, they mutually decide it and Nitish Kumar understand, calculate in himself that what can be, better for me. So in that way, maybe after some time he can hand over this chair to any other person also. And yes, there is one confusion there that, with Nitish Kumar, there is no political hire as of now. Maybe he will create after this election. So that is something, we should not surprise if there will be any new face. We should not surprise if Nitish Kumar will be the CM face.
No, I was asking Majburi because what happened in Maharashtra, what happened with Eknath Shinde, the coalition contested under his name that he will be the chief minister, and then what happened after the result, because Shinde was no longer that important, for the coalition, and
So
they
Satish ji, you
changed.
can say it majburi, but for me in a political language, it's a mutual good.
So thank you so much, Dr. Pratap. Thank you so much, Sonali. Thank you so much, Satish,
Thanks a
for
lot.
joining us and for this very engaging conversation that we had. And with this, we wrap our comprehensive look at the Bihar election results, the shift, the surprises, the mandate, and the message from the voters. This brings to our last broadcast of the day, but the political story is far from over. Stay connected with Deccan Herald on our website, across our digital platforms for all the latest updates from Bihar, from India, and from across the world. Thanks for joining us, and good night.
Good night.